Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Friday, December 22nd, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 5 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So when it comes to the energies in today, we are working with, interesting. We are working with the sea serpent, and Venus is the ruler of the day, and Venus is in Scorpio. And with Venus in Scorpio today and this energy coming out, it brings me to like paranoia to a certain extent. If you look at the sea serpent, it's consuming its own tail. And I know, this card is also associated with the evil eye because you could see the eye in the center. But when you look at the image, the sea serpent is consuming its own tail. So this brings me to paranoia. It brings me to how once we make up our minds to a certain reality, we start to see that reality, we start to project that into our reality. And for me, when I realized how powerful my mind was, I made it my responsibility, which it could only be mine, to monitor the things that I allowed into it, meaning the information that I consumed or the things that I chose to dwell on. Because choosing to dwell on certain things or choosing to see certain things in the world, it's not that I want to be oblivious or act like certain things aren't happening, but I know that energy grows. Energy grows where attention goes. So wherever my attention is, my energy is going to grow that. So if I'm looking around at life and I'm like, wow, the universe stays blessing me, God stays blessing me, I'm such a lucky person, I'm such a blessed person, I'm going to keep seeing reasons to feel like that. Where if I start finding faults and critiquing and, pointing out all the things that are not working out, like that's all that I'm going to see. That's the reality that I'm going to create for myself. I don't mean to be delusional and act like I don't see things for what it is. But if something is out of my control, then it's really none of my business. Where the things that are within my control, then I do the best that I can to help the situation in whatever way that I can. And once I've done everything within my power, I need to leave it to the universe. But while I'm doing everything within my power, I also need to set up my mental faculties to support my physical actions. I feel like a lot of the times we work against ourselves because we're physically doing the work, but our mind is fighting against us. And I feel like a perfect example of that for me was when I thought about the whole 80-20 ratio. And like if you look into it, you'll see that they say 20% of your weight loss comes from your actual workout and 80% of your weight loss comes from the foods that you eat, because that affects our hormones. And a lot of, our whole weight situation has to do with our hormones. But then I also thought, what about success in life? And it clicked to me that, 80% of your success comes from the food you consume, meaning your mind, what it is that you're thinking. And only 20% of the success comes from the actual physical work that we do. And for me, an example of that might be you decide to write an ebook on how to do something that you know how to do, and you do it well. And trust me, there are others that would like to know how to do that thing also. And you write that ebook, and it only took so much energy for you to just write this one book. And now you're making sales, and you acquire major success just from, creating that book that one time, and now it's selling over and over and over again. I had to look at like ancestors and certain people that I knew that bust their butt and worked so hard. And when I look at their accomplishments, it's like, yeah, they accomplished a lot, but they should have accomplished a lot more based on how hard they work. But I know it came down to their mind and them feeling like only certain things are only certain things are possible. And from feeling that only certain things are possible, that's what will materialize. So with the sea serpent energy, it's bringing me to the importance of our attention, where we place our attention. It's bringing me to the sea serpent energy, also brings me to the thought of like autoimmune situation, where it's like the autoimmune is attacking itself. So this brings me to us attacking ourselves in some way. And I say that because Venus is the ruler of the day, but Venus is in Scorpio. So with Venus being in Scorpio, we could value secrecy, security, and in the process of us being secure and protecting ourselves, it might cause us to be a little bit paranoid at times, or focus on the darker things in life, where it's like with Scorpio energy dealing with death and transformation and rebirth, with Scorpio energy or those strongly associated with it, you're able to see certain things in life and people at a very early age, or have a certain understanding of life and even certain shadow aspect of people that they won't even allow themselves to see within themselves. And being able to see that information, it could be destructive if we don't know how to protect our energy and protect our mind, redirecting our attention and focusing on things that are positive. Like, it's so easy to get pulled into that energy and become paranoid trying to protect ourselves in this life. So the number 5 energy is associated with Mercury. So I think of Mercury energy and Scorpio Venus energy being very strong within the day. And with the sea serpent energy, it brings me to being conscious or cautious about what it is that you're saying. And with Mercury energy having an influence over the day, with the number 5 being associated with Mercury energy, Mercury is in Capricorn and it is in retrograde. So it's like the mind is in a place where, we're reflecting on our goals and our legacy. And when it comes to Capricorn energy dealing with responsibility, for Capricorns, no matter how hard they work and how much they achieve, there's this feeling as if it's never enough. There's this feeling as, it's like it's never enough. And with Capricorn energy, I'm not saying that Capricorns try to keep up with the Joneses, but I could see how some could suffer from that, because I think of 10th house energy and we're standing at the top of the zodiac wheel and everybody is looking up at us. And this could cause some of us to feel insecure, wondering what people are thinking about us as they look up at us, wondering if we are looking like the biggest losers or if we're looking successful. And, of course, we look outside of ourselves and have different representations to show us what success looks like. So that's where we might mirror, some of those representation, hence keeping up with the Joneses. So I feel like with that Mercury energy, Venus in Scorpio and the sea serpent, you want to take it easy on yourself today. The day is the 22nd. The number 2 is repeated. The number 2 is sensitive. It's emotional. But 2 plus 2, even though we don't reduce master numbers, the number 4 is still present. And with the number 4 energy still being present, there's this sense of stability and security that might be a factor. But the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 5 vibration. So there's a sudden and unexpected aspect to the day. And I feel like the sudden and unexpected aspect to the day might come from feelings of restlessness. The moon is in Taurus and the moon conjuncts Jupiter, which is great because Jupiter energy is optimistic and it's big picture thinking. But with it in Taurus, this is where some of us might find ourselves feeling like retail therapy might be beneficial, or, it's something that we do suddenly and unexpectedly, where we started the day one way and by the end of the day, we've spent all this money. We didn't intend to spend all this money, but we spent the money. And it's like, damn, I didn't expect that. Or damn, Did I make a right decision spending all this money? Or it could be the opposite, where we're thinking about the money we would like to spend and feel a bit overwhelmed or frustrated because we're not able to, hence the sea serpent energy, where we start beating ourselves up because we don't have, or we're not where we think we should be. When it comes to the tarot, we have the Queen of Cups in the upright position. So with the Queen of Cups is intuitive. The Queen of Cups is nurturing. The Queen of Cups is caring. The Queen of Cups is in touch with her feminine, nurturing, intuitive energies. And we all have Queen of Cups energies within us. It's reflective, intuitive energy. So with this card coming out with the sea serpent, I actually like that these two cards come out together, because with these two cards coming out together, this one brings me to say feeling a certain way, having certain experiences. But with the Queen of Cups energy, it's like having the reflective ability to get to the bottom of it, having the reflective, intuitive ability to not allow it to consume you, to not allow it to control or get the best of you. So I like that these two energies are together. Venus is the ruler of the day. Venus is positively aspecting Neptune in Pisces. So with Venus in Scorpio positively aspecting Neptune in Pisces, to me, that brings me to valuing, say, scorpionic energy, which could be passive income, multiple streams of income. It could be divination. It could be sex, occultism, power, or control. But with Venus positively aspecting Neptune, Neptune gives us the ability to visualize, the ability to be introspective, the time alone that's necessary to reflect on the things that we value and manifest more of what it is that we value. Venus is opposing Uranus in Taurus. So with the opposition of Venus in Scorpio opposing Uranus in Taurus, I feel like that kind of reminds me of this, in the sense that there's this back and forth when it comes to power and control. Power and control over tangible things that we own or non-tangible things that we own. Power and control over our values and our psychology. I think of the power and control in the sense that I might value with Uranus and Taurus the need to have certain things. But with Venus and Scorpio, with Uranus and Taurus, I value freedom. I value freedom in whatever it is that I own and whatever it is that I'm doing with my day-to-day life, but I value freedom. And with Venus in Scorpio, it's like I also value control and privacy. And it's like, how do I get all these things that I want physically, all these physical, tangible things that I want, and still maintain my privacy and still have my privacy. And I feel like I can relate to that energy in the sense that I'm a super private person, but here I am on YouTube creating content and connecting with different people on a day-to-day basis. And it could be a struggle there sometimes, because there's parts of me that really appreciate this, but then there's other parts of me that not so much. So for me, when it comes to the opposition, it's how to create a proper balance. And I feel like when it comes to the proper balance is recognizing the fears and the insecurities and nurturing them. Recognizing the fears and insecurities and nurturing them in the sense that creating compromises, setting boundaries in certain situations. Boundaries might be necessary. When I think of Scorpio and Taurus, I think of someone balancing their finances, working on their credit, balancing their finances, or budgeting themselves, I should say, where they work on their spending so that they could create the freedom and the security that they desire, so they could have control over their lives. So when I think of the energies in the day, I think about focusing on our attention on the things that empower us, but at the same time, not ignoring negative emotions, not ignoring the reality that we're experiencing. We want to confront it. We want to address it. We want to do everything that we can within our power to make things better. And once we've done everything within our power, we leave the rest to the universe. The number 5 is the ruler of the day. So there's a lot of sudden and unexpected changes. within the day, I feel as we might try to avoid certain emotions. And when it comes to, say, a 5-day, it's always good to create some kind of a to-do list or set alarms on your phone so that they could go off throughout the day to remind you where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. I always start off with the most tedious and annoying things that I don't want to do, like the most hardest, tedious, or annoying things that I don't want to do for the day. Because once I start off the day and attack those things, I tend to want to just get everything done. I tend to feel empowered and want to get everything done. So you might find that that might be beneficial and work for you. Such a pleasure sharing this message with you. If you'd like to book a natal chart awareness coaching session with me, or check out my exclusive content only available on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. But before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a blue heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.